In a world that told her to stay quiet, one girl learned to aim higher. In the hills of Ohio, a young girl grew with empty cupboards and worn-out shoes. When her father passed, the hard days came, and nothing in her life would be the same. She was sent to strangers' work till she cried, but she held on tight to her fire inside. With her father's old Kentucky gun, she chased small game beneath the sun. She sold it to the markets far away and brought the money home each day. At 15 years old, with a steady hand, she saved her mother's house and land. Little sure shot, don't you miss one flash of steel, one perfect kiss. They said a lady could not stand with a rifle steady in her hand, but she took her aim beneath the sky and showed the world how high girls fly. Little sure shots, strong and free. Annie Oakley history. A famous shooter came to town. Frank Butler wore the marksman's crown. 25 targets filled the air, but Annie never missed one there. Frank missed one and lost the day, then lost his heart along the way. They traveled roads from show to show until the whole wide world would know. At first Frank stood beneath the light, but Annie soon outshone the night. He stepped aside, became her guide, and stood forever at her side. Little sure shot, don't you miss one flash of steel, one perfect kiss. They said a lady could not stand with a rifle steady in her hand, but she took her aim beneath the sky and showed the world how high girls fly. Little sure shots, strong and free. Annie Oakley history. Buffalo Bill came riding west, and Annie joined among the best. She hit the cards thrown through the air, with crowds too stunned to even stare. She shot by mirror, front turned away, and tipped the tip of a cigarette away. Then Sitting Bull came to the show, a man who knew what courage is worth could show. He watched her stand so calm and true, and saw what one determined girl could do. He smiled and gave the name she'd keep, Little Sure Shot, strong and sweet. From London lights to prairie dust, she turned her skill to strength and trust. She taught young women not to hide, to stand up tall with fire inside. No crown, no throne, no borrowed fame. She built a legend from her name. A train crash tried to break her down, left scars beneath her western gown. But after years she rose once more, and heard the cheering crowd encore. Through every wound and every test, Annie Oakley gave her best. Little sure shot, don't you miss one flash of steel, one perfect kiss. They said a lady could not stand with a rifle steady in her hand, but she took her aim beneath the sky and showed the world how high girls fly. Little sure shots, strong and free. Annie Oakley history. She beat the man they called the best, She became the star they never saw coming. And when Annie Oakley's final curtain fell, Frank Butler followed her only 18 days later.